Good evening and welcome to State of Business on Art Television. I'm Tamiru Nimsal. Let's have a look at the headlines. IMF begins its review of Sri Lanka. Prime Minister calls for change in provincial council laws. News in detail. State Minister of Finance Shehan Semasinghe reaffirmed the government's unwavering dedication to establishing a sustainable economy. The State Minister stated this at the inaugural meeting of the IMF review program at the Presidential Secretariat yesterday. In March this year, the IMF Executive Board approved a 48-month extended fund facility of about $3 billion aimed to restore Sri Lanka's economy. The review process is reflected as the nation's determination to implement reforms that will lead to a robust and sustainable financial landscape in the future. The State Minister underscored the importance of fostering strong ties with all multilateral institutions, development partners and friendly nations to achieve the country's economic goals. Semasinghe expressed gratitude to the IMF team for their steadfast support in Sri Lanka's pursuit of economic stability. President, Senior Advisor on National Security and Chief of Staff Sagala Ratnayaka and Central Bank Governor Dr. Nandalal Veerasinghe also joined the discussions. The final discussion of the review will be held on 26 September under the patronage of the President, who is currently overseas on an official visit to Cuba and the US. The Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena said that provincial council and local government laws should change on par with the changing times. The Prime Minister said this while attending the progress review of the Ministry of Provincial Councils and Local Government yesterday. Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena said that in the absence of provincial councils, the governors have been entrusted with a certain amount of power. He stated that officials of provincial councils should take necessary care in ensuring that government aid is properly distributed to the people in need through proper procedure. The Prime Minister also stated that there is an objection from the people that solid waste management is not being done properly in Gampaha and Colombo districts. The Prime Minister said the garbage problem in the Western Province was identified in the megapolis plan after the Meetotamulla garbage dump collapsed. Prime Minister Gunawardena further stated that if sudden flood occurs, the entire Colombo district will be submerged. He emphasized the need to pay special attention to the need of taking steps in using digital technology for waste disposal by further utilizing renewable energy. The Prime Minister asserted that various rules and regulations prevailing in the provincial councils and local governments should undergo changes. Minister of Foreign Affairs Ali Sabri said that Sri Lanka hopes to host a calendar of events to foster better cooperation with the member nations of IORA after assuming its chairmanship. The Minister of Foreign Affairs said this at a conference held in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs premises yesterday.
Sri Lanka has selected strengthening the regional architecture, reinforcing Indian Ocean identity as the theme for its chairmanship. That's the theme that we have selected. As at yesterday, we had 16 countries have confirmed ministerial level partnerships, the representations for the forthcoming ministerial summit, which will be held in Colombo. So we look forward to have a very interesting discussion here in Colombo and visibility to this very important event. Sri Lanka proposed to hold a summit, that means leaders of these countries next year in Colombo. Last summit of the IORA was held in 2017 in Indonesia. Since then, no summit had taken place. Unfortunately, last 2-3 years had not been good for any country because of the pandemic and all. So we are also planning a calendar of events in order to improve better connectivity and coordination between our countries on economic, tourism, blue economy, maritime economy, and cooperation in various areas.
Stay tuned. We will return after this short commercial break. Welcome back after the break. Speaking at the press conference, Minister of Foreign Affairs Ali Sabri also said that in order to achieve economic development, Sri Lanka has to leverage its unique location, and the Indian Ocean Rim Association is ideal for that purpose.
Under the Sri Lanka's chairmanship, IORA would provide an opportunity to bring important matters to the forefront in the regional discussion. The country's leadership during its term would contribute to advancing cooperation and addressing common challenges among the member states of the Indian Ocean Rim Association. What we plan to do during this particular period of time, the association itself has certain goals and objectives. Main ones are peace, stability, and sustainable development in the Indian Ocean region. Sri Lanka, as we all know, has a unique location, historically has understood in the path of economic development and regional collaboration and global collaboration. So in order to make it viable, in order to kind of make use of its unique opportunities, Sri Lanka need to make use of its location. That is why we are trying to connect to the world, to become a trading hub, to become a naval hub, and also to become an air transportation hub. So for us to do that, we need to continue to connect to the world. Location is nothing unless there is connection. So we are trying to exploit that location to the advantage of Sri Lanka.
Acting Additional Secretary to the Foreign Ministry, Shanika Disahanayaka, also speaking at the event, said that Sri Lanka aims to expand the capacity of the proposed Climate Change University of Kotmale with assistance from members of IORA.
If you take IORA as a whole, there are 6 priority sectors that actually define the association. So the 6 priority areas are maritime safety and security, trade and investment, disaster risk management, academic science and cooperation. And then there are 2 other cross-cutting areas that IORA actively focuses on, and those are the women's empowerment, as well as the blue economy. So there is a lot of activities that have taken place under those 6 priority areas and the 2 cross-cutting areas. And so we look forward to actually broadening those areas during our chairmanship, and also looking at the sectors of climate change, because as you know, Sri Lanka is or has established an International University of Climate Change in Kotmale. And we look forward to expanding the capacity with assistance from the member states of IORA as well as the 11 dialogue partners.
United Republic Front leader, parliamentarian Partli Champika Ranawaka says that a local investigation within the country can find the culprits who are behind the Easter attack, and international investigations are just secondary matters. Parliamentarian Champika Ranawaka, speaking to a team of journalists in Kurunegala last Wednesday, further said that parliamentary select committees and presidential commissions are only to take time and will never make a solution for the issue.
අපි නම් ප්‍රතික්ෂේප කරන්නේ මේ රටේ අන්තවාදී ආගමික උමතුවකින් පෙළිච්ච ජිහාඩ්වාදීන් පිරිසක් හිටියාය කියන එක අපි ප්‍රතික්ෂේප කරන්නේ නැහැ. එවැනි පිරිසක් හිටියා. හැබැයි ඒ පිරිස සමග සම්බන්ධීකරණයක් බුද්ධ්‍යංශ වලට තිබිච්ච බවට තොරතුරු විටින් විට ඇති වෙලා තියෙනවා. හිටපු ජනාධිපති මහින්ද රාජපක්ෂ මැතිතුමා මහනුවර රජෝපවනාරාමේදී නායක හාමුදුරුවෝ අරබයා ප්‍රකාශයක් කළා එවැනි පිරිසක් හිටියා ඒගොල්ලන්ට මුදල් දුන්නා තොරතුරු ගත්තා කියලා. ඒ වගේම මේ පාස්කු ප්‍රහාරයට පෙර සිදු වූ පූර්ව ප්‍රහාර වලදී රහස් පොලිසිය නොමග යවන තොරතුරු බුද්ධ්‍යංශවල ඇතැම් පිරිස විශේෂයෙන්ම හමුදා බුද්ධ්‍යංශ වලින් දුන්නාය කියන එක රහස් පොලිසිය හිටපු ප්‍රධානියා වෙච්ච නියෝජ්‍ය පොලිස්පති රවි සෙනවිරත්නත් ප්‍රධාන පරීක්ෂකයා හැටියට හිටපු ශානි අබේසේකරත් ශ්‍රේෂ්ඨාධිකරණයට දියුරුම් ප්‍රකාශ මගින් දැනුම් දීලා තියෙනවා. ඊට අමතරව පාර්ලිමේන්තු තේරීම්කාරක සභාවක් තිබුණා, ජනාධිපති කොමිෂන් දෙකක් තිබුණා, උසාවියේ නඩු කර ගණනාවක් තිබුණා. පූර්ව ප්‍රහාරවලදී ඒවා පිළිබඳව විමර්ශන නොමග යැවීමට කටයුතු කළා කියලා, ඊළඟට ප්‍රහාරය වැළැක්වීමට කිසිම පියවරක් ගත්තේ නැහැ කියලා, ප්‍රහාරයෙන් පස්සේ ඒ විමර්ශන වලට බාධා කළාය කියන එක. ඉතින් මේ චෝදනා එල්ල වෙන නිලධාරීන් කීප දෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා. එක්කෙනෙක් තමයි මේ දැනට ඉන්න මේජර් ජෙනරාල් විශ්‍රාමික හැබැයි දැනට SIS ආයතනයේ ප්‍රධානී හැටියට ඉන්න සුරේෂ් සලේ මහත්මයා. ඊළඟට පොලිසියේ දෙවනිය හැටියට ඉන්න නිලන්ත ජාවර්ධන. ඊළඟට පොලිසියේ ජ්‍යෙෂ්ඨ නියෝජ්‍ය පොලිස්පති දේශබන්දු තෙන්නකෝ. එතකොට මේ නිලධාරීන් තුන්දෙනා සම්බන්ධයෙන් මෙතරම් බලගතු චෝදනාවක් එල්ල වෙලා තිබියදී ඔවුන්ට ඉහළින් හිටපු දේශපාලන අධිකාරිය සම්බන්ධයෙන් ඉතාම බලගතු චෝදනා එල්ල වෙලා තිබියදී ඒ නිලධාරීන් ටික එහෙම්මම තියාගෙන පර්යේෂණ කරනවා කියන එක ඉමහත් විහිළුවක්. පළමුවෙන්ම කියන්නේ පාර්ලිමේන්තු තේරීම්කාරක සභාව කියන නම් විහිළුවක්. මොකද පාර්ලිමේන්තු තේරීම්කාරක සභාවක් පත් කරලා තිබුණා. විමර්ශනයක් කළා, දීර්ඝ විමර්ශනයක් කළා, ජනාධිපති කොමිෂන් පත් කළා, නඩු විභාග තිබුණා, ජනාධිපති කොමිෂන් වාර්තාවල නිර්දේශ තිබුණා. අපිත් ගිහිල්ලා සාක්ෂි දුන්නා. නිසා මේක මේ කල්මැරීම සඳහා ගන්න ප්‍රධාන කාරණා. ඇත්තටම මෙතන වෙන්න ඕනේ මේ නිලධාරීන් තුන්දෙනා අනිවාර්ය නිවාඩු යවලා හෝ මෙවුන්ග සේවය අත්හිටවලා මේ පිළිබඳව යම් ස්වාධීන පරීක්ෂණයක් රට ඇතුලේ කරන එක.
Stay tuned, full stock update. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on negative notes today. The whole share price index dropped 66.96 points to close at 11,465.73 and the S&P SL20 dropped 16.17 points to close at 3,248.25. The turnover was 0.7 billion rupees and over 36 million shares were traded. Up next are forex rates. That's all on news for today. For this and more, subscribe to our channel on YouTube and follow us on Facebook.